No, last question. I asked you to do this earlier, but I just want you to do it even more, go detailed. What do you predict will happen next in the future? You know, it's like you see it before it happens.
Cathy White's killer is going to be unveiled.
Allegedly, the song Daughter on Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album.
I love that one.
It's potentially a murder confession about Jay Z's mistress, Cathy White.
Oh my God, we're talking about some absolutely mind-blowing evidence that just came to light about Jay Z and Diddy. And trust me, this is bigger than anything we've ever covered before. These two music moguls are being called out as the masterminds behind poor Cathy White's tragic end. And here's the most shocking part. Apparently, Cathy was secretly getting cozy with Jay Z behind Queen Bey's back. Just when she was about to spill all the juicy details to the world, she mysteriously vanished from the scene. Today, we're going to dive deep into this absolutely wild drama and find out if Cathy really paid the ultimate price just to keep Jay and Beyonce's perfect image intact. And trust me, what I'm about to tell you will leave you shook. Now let's talk about Diddy for a hot minute. I mean, this man's name has been tangled up in so many questionable situations, it's not even funny anymore. From Tupac's passing to Kim K's scandalous tape, it seems like wherever there's drama in Hollywood, Diddy's name just keeps popping up. And now, you guessed it, he's been dragged into this whole Cathy White situation too. For those of you who might not know who Cathy was, and honey, you're about to learn, she was this gorgeous former publicist in the entertainment industry. She tragically passed away from what they're calling a brain aneurysm on September 1st, 2011 at just 29 years old. But here's where it gets juicy. Rumor has it she was carrying Jay Z's baby. I know, you're probably thinking, why would Jay Z ever cheat on Beyonce of all people? Well, darling, let me tell you something. Jay and Bey's relationship might look like a perfect fairy tale on Instagram, but honey, that's far from the truth. Ever since Jay put a ring on it, he's been caught up in scandal after scandal about getting frisky with other women. There have even been whispers about him having a secret son somewhere. And for many people, what happened to Cathy White? Well, that's all the proof they needed. Let me spill the tea about how this whole thing started. Y'all, Cathy first crossed paths with Jay Z back in May 2009 at the MGM Hotel during this big boxing match. Now, Cathy wasn't much of a social media butterfly back then, but her friend Claudia, oh honey, she couldn't help herself. She just had to tweet about the three of them living it up in Las Vegas that night. After the match, Diddy and Jay threw this absolutely insane party at Club Tao on the Las Vegas Strip. And guess who was spotted in the crowd, looking like she was having the time of her life? That's right, Miss Cathy White herself. And let me tell you something even more scandalous. There's this one picture where she's literally right next to Jay, and it looks like she's either calling out to him or to some woman next to him. That night, it changed everything for Cathy. The very next year, she was all over Twitter sharing about these major life changes. We're talking about moving to New York, hello Jay's hometown, and landing this supposedly huge career-making deal. Now, between you and me, as talented as our girl Cathy was, getting a deal that big, someone had to pull some strings, if you know what I mean. But honey, this fairy tale didn't last long. Before Cathy could even enjoy her fancy new life, everything came crashing down. Reports started spreading everywhere about her getting intimate with Jay, and let me tell you, the PR nightmare that followed, brutal. And who spilled all this piping hot tea? None other than Jackie Jasper, also known as Sean Merrick or H-Bomb, on his absolutely scandalous blog, Diary of a Hollywood Street King. Now, before Jackie started serving us all this delicious tea, he was actually a rapper. But even though his music career didn't exactly take off, his connections in the industry, they made everything he wrote about so credible. I mean, this is the same person who exposed Charlie Sheen's HIV diagnosis a whole year before it went public. About Cathy and Jay's affair, Jasper's blog post was explosive. He wrote, "That's right, HSK has exclusively learned that Jay Z has been smashing a woman behind Beyonce's back for longer than Jay and Beyonce have even been married. And get this, the woman was besties with Claudia Jordan, who already had quite the reputation for getting cozy with taken men. You know what they say, birds of a feather, but wait, it gets even better. The person who actually leaked the affair, it was Jason Lee, the founder of Hollywood Unlocked. And honey, even people from Jay's own camp were confirming these rumors. There were whispers about Jay buying Cathy designer everything and taking her on these lavish gambling sprees. Poor Cathy was not happy about any of this getting out. She desperately messaged the blog owner begging, Take me off your website and delete this story. I have reported you to Facebook as spam and as an infringement of my property. But darling, we all know that once something hits the internet, it's there forever. And Cathy, she made the worst possible move. She completely disappeared from social media. I mean, could she have made it any more obvious that something was up? Meanwhile, Jay was probably doing damage control to save his marriage, and somehow the internet just moved on. Fast forward to 2011, and Cathy made her comeback to social media, but this time she kept everything private. But Jackie Jasper? Oh honey, he wasn't done with her yet. He dropped another blog post exposing how Cathy had rebranded herself as this fitness expert, working with some seriously shady characters with mob connections. Now, we can't confirm if any of that was true, but what happened next? That's where things get really dark. Shortly after that blog post went live, something terrible happened. Cathy was found unalive in her Manhattan apartment on September 2, 2011. The news spread like wildfire, and everyone started pointing fingers at Jay Z. Now, you might think this is all just wild speculation, but honey, let me tell you about something that will make your jaw drop. A former journalist for Star magazine, Liz Crowan, was actually supposed to interview Cathy. Yes, you heard that right. Cathy was finally ready to tell all about her affair. But when Liz called back to follow up, she learned about Cathy's passing. And Liz, she wasn't buying any of it. She said, and I quote, "I found it highly suspicious that a seemingly healthy 28-year-old woman would drop dead from an aneurysm. But wait, there's more." Liz spilled even more tea, saying, "It would have been a PR nightmare for Beyonce and Jay Z if Cathy had done a tell-all about the time they had crafted her over-the-top pregnancy announcement." And honey, she didn't stop there. She later tweeted about wanting authorities to investigate Jay, writing, "It's only a matter of time before spirit-cooking Jay Z is exposed like Diddy. There's a reason Kanye said Jay's got murkers. I pray there will be justice for Cathy White one day. And there's another person who won't let this story die, Jaguar Wright. She's been saying that after Diddy's arrest, the truth about Cathy's passing is finally going to come out."
Last question. I asked you to do this earlier, but I just want you to do it even more, go detailed. What do you predict will happen next in the future? You know, it's like you see it before it happens.
Cathy White's true is going to be unveiled. And it's not a man. And that woman died screaming.
And let me tell you something, these ladies might be onto something. Because Jackie Jasper, he came back with another explosive blog post titled, "The Truth Surrounding the Death of Jay Z's Mistress Cathy White." According to him, an NYPD detective revealed that Cathy's cause of passing was actually uncertain, and they were waiting on autopsy and toxicology reports. Now, if you're wondering how Jay could possibly pull something like this off, well, let's talk about his connections. Jay's buddy-buddy with these two guys, Dave Herbie and Emery Jones. These men were facing some serious charges for dealing illegal substances, but Jay, he swooped in like their guardian angel, writing letters to the judge promising them $50,000 a year jobs after their release. But hold on to your seats because this next part, it's going to blow your mind. Apparently, Beyonce might have been involved too. The proof? It's right there in her song, Daughter. Listen to these lyrics. "Your body laid out on these filthy floors, your bloodstains on my custom couture. Bathroom attendant let me right in, she was a big fan. I really tried to stay cool, but your arrogance disturbed my solitude. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do." And remember how Jackie Jasper reported that one of Cathy's friends complained about her apartment being a mess? Could Bey have been referring to Cathy's apartment when she mentioned those filthy floors? But wait, because the timeline? It's absolutely wild. Beyonce announced her iconic pregnancy at the VMA Awards on August 28, 2011. Just 3 days later, on September 1st, 2011, Cathy passed away. Then Blue was born on January 7th, 2012. And here's where some people's theories get really crazy. They think Blue is actually Cathy and Jay's baby, who Beyonce welcomed as her own. I know, it sounds absolutely insane, but some people swear they have proof. Yes, Bey showed off her baby bump very publicly, but there's this one video where her pregnant belly kind of disappears?
Now, even though we saw Beyonce's bump publicly, there's a video of Beyonce sitting down for an interview and her whole stomach just deflates in the video, and it's very weird.
This is crazy.
And honestly, this isn't that shocking because back in 2011, rumors were everywhere about Bey faking her pregnancy and using a surrogate. The gossip got so bad that Beyonce had to address it in her 2012 interview with People magazine. She said, "That was crazy. It wasn't hurtful. It was just crazy. Where did they come up with this?" Now I have to ask, What do you think about all of this drama? Could there be any truth to these wild theories, or is it all just rumors? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because, honey, I am dying to hear what you think about this absolutely insane story. And remember, sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Is stranger